So whenever you're ready, Jason, go right ahead.
All right, welcome. Welcome to Sweet Talk, everyone. We are excited to be here today with Virginia Jones from the Idaho Museum of Natural History. I got it right, did you? See? I'm getting better at this hosting thing. We are here at Continuing Education Workforce Training. This is part of our ongoing effort to kind of just share about the exciting things that go on in our community, not just here on the campus ISU, but in Pocatello in general. And so, Virginia, just introduce yourself to us this morning, and let's just start having a conversation.
Okay. I'm Virginia Jones. I am the education specialist at Idaho Museum of Natural History, and I've just finished my second year there.
Second year.
Yeah.
Well, I only have a little connection with you as I've been at continuing education now for 8 months. So I'm still get lost on campus, and people laugh at me because it's not a very big campus. But if someone says, hey, you need to go to this place, where is that place? So you're over that by now?
No, it's been 2 years. They still have to ask. Still goes that way.
So education specialist at the museum, what does that entail?
Well, I'm in charge of the education programs, and most of mine is for the K through 12 education programs and preschool. I have a lot of preschool things that we've started, and so we do weekend events with our family fun days. We have summer camps. We have ongoing through the school year groups that meet. Last year we had Bird Club. We're thinking about a paleontology club this year. We have
wait, can I don't mean to interrupt. Well, yes, I do.
Go ahead, interrupt.
I'm horrible. So you said paleontology club, and I was thinking about that story earlier this summer about that kid that found that, what was that, the Triceratops skull. Did you guys hear about this? He was out on. So is that what this is? You guys going to send some kids out into the desert and dig up bones, or what?
No, I think what we're going to try and do is have our people at the university, at the museum,
right.
Some of our affiliate coordinators and that, come in and talk about their particular fossils, and then we'd have the kids do a fun hands-on activity afterwards.
Oh, all right.
So they get to look at different things. That, for instance, the buzzsaw sharks.
Those are pretty cool.
Might do one on that. And so we have so many people there that have really cool specialties, and that they could share with the kids, and then we could, just do a kit type activity afterwards that is more hands-on. So this would be for elementary schools.
So it was you said the Bird Club?
Yeah, last year we did Bird Club, Paleontology Club, and we're also starting this year a Girls Who Code Club. It's for 3rd through 5th grade girls.
Okay.
And they will be meeting on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock and for an hour, and we'll be bringing in people from around campus, women who use coding, and we're also going to have some mentors from the middle school age girls coming in and help mentor them. So that's good. Wow. I'm pretty excited about that one.
So, well, I don't know how exciting coding can be, but I don't want to ruin it for anyone. If coding's your thing, good for you. But, may not be. But so as an education specialist, you organize these different programs, right?
And I also do the tours for the grade schools and the high schools and the middle schools that come to visit the museum. So that's the other part of my job. Okay.
Now I'm gonna step off your job for just a second. I know we're not getting off the museum, but you said something to me just a little bit earlier. You are an Idaho native, Idaho girl?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Idaho. I went to Montana for about 11 years, and then I came back to Idaho. So I would say pretty much a native, yeah.
Okay. Here in the Pocatello region?
I grew up in Twin Falls.
Oh, right on.
And then I taught in Idaho Falls for a long time.
Oh, where'd you teach?
And then I taught at Bonneville High School.
Okay, yeah.
And then I came to Pocatello after that. So I've just been in Pocatello for 3 years.
All right.
But Idaho Falls is really close, so.
Yeah, right. Well.
Same area.
I live there.
Yeah.
So.
Very closely tied.
Very good. So you have the connection. I guess the reason I'm saying that is I'm assuming as an education specialist, being a teacher. What did you teach, by the way?
I taught science.
Of course, I was going to guess, but I did want to embarrass myself.
Mostly earth science, but I also taught astronomy and environmental science.
So this kind of goes beyond just a job for you. It's kind of your is it dare to say a passion?
It really is.
Really?
Yeah. And I love all sorts of things that have to do with natural science, but I also like coding too. So.
Okay. All right. I'll take that back earlier what I said. Sorry. Yeah.
So yeah, it has been a passion to share that love of science with other people.
Especially
And
younger people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Started that way.
So you're finishing up the summer. You've got these other clubs that are going on. What other things are you doing this as we move into fall now, move into winter?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have once a month something we call Family Fun Day.
Mm-hmm.
And in September, we're going to be doing one with in an association with Family. Is it day? What's the name of that called? Family.
That's all right.
ISU Family Weekend.
Yes.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
ISU Family Weekend. And so that one we're going to gear toward all ages, and we are going to be making toys. And so how to make your own toys.
Okay.
We'll do some polymer chemistry and make some bouncy balls.
Oh, wow.
And orange and black.
Orange and
bouncy
black, yeah,
balls.
right, of course. Right, of course.
And we're going to make some ping pong ball shooters and some whirly gigs, the button spinners, and, just a lot of really simple toys that they can make and take with them. And that would be fun for anyone from 5 to 55.
Well,
65. We'll go 65.
yeah. Bouncy balls are always fun, right? Right. That's
So yeah,
right.
and so we really wanted to make some that would work for the incoming students and those ages too.
Very good.
And then we have Archaeology Day in October,
Oh, that sounds fun.
and the anthropology department helps us out with that, and. We then have in November Muggle Magic, which is a big one.
Yes? You know Muggle Magic, do you?
Yes, it's Harry Potter theme thing, and it's really cool.
Is it really cool?
Yes.
So yes, we theme it around Harry Potter, and we dress up, and we make the entire museum look like it's out of a Harry Potter book.
Right.
And then we have science activities, science and engineering type activities for the kids to do in there. So we're kind of mixing magic and science together, which is a logical mix.
Well, I was going to say, technically, other than the sleight of hand, aren't they really the same thing?
Science is magical. For
Yes,
sure.
right, absolutely. So, okay, you struck on something. Archaeology. No, is that what you said? Archaeology
Yeah, we're
Day.
doing Archaeology Day.
Oh, and that's where you go find
Yeah.
old stuff.
And we'll be doing it right in the
No,
museum.
wait, it's not old stuff. You guys, is that a different term?
It's pretty much all.
Okay, all right. I do Archaeology Day every Saturday with my wife when she drags me around to every thrift store in town. So, yeah. I call it, well, never mind what I call it. So anyway, but no, that's fun. So how does that work?
Well, the anthropology
Yeah.
department, we have a lot of volunteers among the anthro students, and I don't know, they come in and they talk about hunting techniques, and they have a little hunting thing that they can do, and
Wow.
how do we put the pots back together when
Oh,
we
yeah.
find them all broken up, and just various, painting, doing like cave painting type stuff.
Right.
So they have a lot of fun activities
Yeah.
that they can do hands-on.
Putting broken things back together, that sounds a lot like
Yeah.
my Anthropology Day every Saturday after we go to the thrift store. So let's talk a little bit about museums. I'm going to ask some really ignorant questions, and so if you don't make fun of me after we're done, send me an email, say that was a stupid question. But there's a lot out there that to compete against a museum. Right?
Yeah.
For attention. And I'm not just talking funding. I'm talking, there's a lot of things. And so there is some definite benefit from doing exactly the thing you're talking about, is going and not only, but to see and to touch and to smell and to experience. And is that a challenge that you guys face at your museum?
Yeah, and one of the things that we try to do to to make the museum more interesting. I mean, we have a shortage of space at our museum.
Yes, yes.
And so to get around that, we try to kind of specialize the experience for the person. So, you know, we do tours for any group that really wants to have a tour. And that makes it a little more personal. They can ask questions. They don't have to read. They can listen.
Right.
And so that's one thing that we try and do. And also these activities help bring more people into the museum.
Right.
We had a great day last month when, right at the end of Shark Week, we had a Shark Day at the museum for our Family Fun Day.
Yeah.
And, you know, that helped get a lot of people into the museum.
Sure it does.
And it was fun. We dissected a shark and we...
See, the science teacher really came out there, didn't it? I got to cut something up, and no. Okay,
I had an expert do it.
No, okay. But you knew what you were looking at least, right? Okay. Right.
But and you know, you're working with preschool kids who are just absolutely adorable. But we do a little science activity that's a nature science activity, and we'll have a theme for that program day. For instance, last week it was what lives under the ground, and we had worms, and the kids got some live worms to play with. The ones that didn't like live worms got a gummy.
Good gummy worm, right on.
But
which feel worse, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not a gummy worm guy. No.
So it's like I've always loved the outdoors, and I just love bringing people, you know, into these different places, because even Pocatello is a very outdoor community.
Yes, it is.
But there are a lot of people who don't even know that we have those things so close by, and you know, like Cherry Springs and Sacagawea.
All right. So talk to me about them. Why are these places so special?
Well, each in a different way. Sacagawea is right in Pocatello,
right?
And yet, you know, you've got this nice natural area along the river. Sometimes we see deer there. We've seen beaver, and ducks are always there.
Right. And so having that.
So there's this natural area that's right there in Pocatello. Cherry Springs, my goodness, you know, you're right on the road, but you don't even know it because there's all these trees that kind of cover it up, and so you feel like you're walking in the forest, which you are. Right.
But forest, not
mini forest. It's only 20 minutes from campus.
Right. Right. Very cool.
And Edson Victor, it has a lot of potential. It needs some trees to grow up, but I mean they have a pond. They have they're doing all sorts of things with native habitat restoration there. They even have a swimming area for dogs. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't until a few months ago either.
Right on. And that is kind of cool.
Labradors.
So the mission of No Child Left Inside is really exactly what you're just explaining.
Yeah.
Is out interact and to see what is out there, and that it isn't about being inside.
And there's studies that show that being in nature really helps with a lot of things. It makes you healthier. It emotionally and physically. It helps with attention deficit. It helps you use your senses so that, you know, you rediscover your sense of smell and your sense of hearing and all of those. So it's very beneficial to people. And then there's the other thing, that if you don't know about nature, then you don't care about it.
Yeah, right.
And so introducing children when they're really young to it, they know what it's like, and they can start to care about it.
Right on. So this runs, No Child Left Inside starts...
Yeah, we usually start in maybe the end of April.
Okay, and it runs through...
And we do it first and third Friday through September.
Okay, and how does...
And we may do an October one.
Depending, right, right. It's, what did I say earlier? It's No Child Left Inside until there's 6 feet of snow on the ground. Right. Until it's 15 below, and then let's get it. But no, you mentioned too, there's things to do outside. So you guys, you were talking about possibly having a winter activity too.
Yeah, and in the winter we change it to STEM learning for littles, and they come in and we do science experiments with preschool like science experiments,
Right
and they have some hands-on activities and
Okay.
stuff too.
So how do parents find out about all this stuff, and how does that happen?
Well, we have a newsletter. They can go to our website,
Which is?
isu.edu/IMNH. IMNH, Idaho Museum of Natural History.
Very good. Right on. And they can subscribe to your newsletter there too? Okay.
They can call me. My phone number.
Please.
208-282-2195.
All right.
And yeah, those are. And we also have a Facebook page. So if you are on the Facebook page, we announce the events all the time.
Very good. So just get on there, like you guys on Facebook, get the the updates and all that kind of good stuff too. All right, very cool. So going back, I guess kind of for me, one of the reasons too I was interested to bring you on is you guys do have quite a presence in the community, right? I mean, as far as and you were with ISU, right?
Yes.
And yet your main mission, can I say, isn't ISU? It's really, what is the main mission of the museum? Let's just start there before I make a real jerk on myself.
We're really part of ISU.
You are ISU. I'm not taking that way,
But we also have the mission to take care of all of the natural history items in Idaho. So we are the museum. We're the Natural History Museum for Idaho.
That's cool. That is
And
cool.
That,
Right on.
that is probably our main mission. But we want to have a presence for all of Idaho because we are the Natural History Museum for all of Idaho.
You're the only one.
So we do try to reach out to all of that too.
Very cool.
But, we really want to make use of all of the great things that we have here at ISU, and we have people from the biology department who work with us, from the chemistry department, physics, all of those departments. So, that
So
we work with and that work with us.
So it just enhances, really, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to imply that you weren't part of ISU. But, I guess I should ask that better, and you explained that, is your real mission is you are the Natural Museum of Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
And you're here on ISU, and you have available to all the resources to make that experience better and more influential or whatever for the people come in. Very cool. Very cool. Now, so I asked you what your favorite one is, right? And I asked you where your history is a little bit, and kind of an Idaho girl. And,
That's it.
that's it. I'm going to hit stop. We have argued several times on this show, by the way, about getting a real timer instead of using our phones. What do you think? Should we use a real kitchen timer? Say yes.
Okay, yes.
See, I told you. We should get a real kitchen timer on the show.
No questions,
I
guys.
was just about ready to raise my hand. What's your favorite exhibit right now?
Oh.
That's a hard
Or
one.
your favorite all-time exhibit, or both?
Well, I do like the bus hush sharks.
I know, I keep needing to stop by and see that. It's on my to-do list.
I was partial to the exoplanets exhibit because I'm really into astronomy, and and it was only a really short time, and it was just this little exhibit, but I like that. Had a lot of fun stuff in it. I don't know, and I do love the Arictodromeus that was made by the kids last year, and I'm looking forward to the lion that they're putting together for this year. So.
So,
By the way, yes.
is it free admission, right? Or is it paid admission?
It's free admission for students at ISU.
Okay.
It's paid admission outside of that.
And what are your hours?
And our hours are changing. I'm really bad on our hours.
I don't even know our phone number, so just
From Memorial Day to Labor Day, we are 10 till 5, Monday, or not Monday, we're always closed on Monday. Tuesday through Friday, we're 10 to 5. Saturday, we're 9 to 5, and Sunday, we are noon to 5.
Oh, so you're open on Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Well-
I think I may have messed that up. I think it might have been 6.
So
It is till 6.
I do want to get this so we get officially on. Virginia, thank you for coming on our podcast.
You're welcome.
And we are very excited to have you on the show, and thank you for the information. I learned a lot about the museum today.
Well-
I hope more kids should be doing this no kid left inside thing.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah,
It was fun.
right. My mom must have believed in that philosophy, because I remember always growing up, the minute summer hit, you got your bowl of cereal, your little piece of toast, and then get outside. And then that was,
I definitely
yeah.
did that too.
Thank you. And